This is the Neewer Z2 Pro, an affordable yet much more tailored for professionals and semi-professionals as well as enthusiasts flashlight that you can buy from Neewer. This is quite interesting, and especially for the price point. This is probably the best value king in terms of flashlight that you can buy in the market. My name is ABEiiKU. In this video, we are doing unboxing review and setup of the Neewer Z2 Pro. This specific unit that I have here is for Canon. And so they have one that is tailored for Sony, Nikon. I've been using the Neewer products since the day that I bought my first professional studio light, which is the one that I'm using to record this video. And from there, I've been a part of the Neewer family, using various accessories from them. As a photographer, I'm always looking out for things that are quite affordable, that is meant for people within the budget tier price point. And so when Neewer contacted me to give me this product and to test it out, I didn't hesitate. This product came with no sponsorship or any money exchange. And this is my review of this product after using it for quite a while now. If you look at the unboxing experience for the Neewer Z2 Pro is quite intuitive. It comes really out of the box. I like the box that comes with it, which is quite nice, especially with the packaging. It also comes with this battery that you're going to find over here. So you have a 3000 milliamp battery, which has a USB port on it. 3000 milliamp battery, a single charge is going to give you amazing and impressive output. So you also have a small kickstand that comes with this. You see just a carrying case or a pouch. First impression is that the build over here is just solid. It is great, it's amazing, it's incredible. Look at the build quality and design. The build quality of the Neewer Z2 Pro is quite impressive. It is built with plastic, and all the elements that you find over here, they are built with plastic, except with the mounting port over here, which is the horseshoe mount over here, which is built with metal. But the rest of the things that you find over here, they are built with plastic. But the plastic over here is premium, quite on the pricier, on the expensive end. And so you are going to get incredible build out of this. The design over here, for me, I think I like it. The head tilts nicely, and you also have the ability to tilt it to any kind of angle that you want. So even if you are shooting against the ceiling, you'll be able to just simply tilt it like this, or probably tilt it this way to be able to get a proper shot against the subject that you're looking for. I think that when it comes to the build over here, the build quality is incredible. The design over here is really tailored, meant for people to use on the go. It's not something that you have to struggle in order to be able to use or something like that. You have the TTL and then the manual switch over here, which you can easily toggle between. You also have a port here that you can use for updating the firmware, also for charging, especially when you insert the battery inside legs like this. You can be able to charge directly from the Speedlite. It's a fun design over here, which has a bigger screen that you can see over here. The screen over here is not touch, but it also gives you a bright output that you can see anything that you want to do in terms of the changing of settings and all that. You also have a time dial over here, which you can easily use to navigate through other settings that you have. And you also have the high-speed sync mode flash or symbol over here, which you can easily use. You also have a symbol over here, which you can use to toggle on the brightness mode of the modern lights that you have. I think that Neewer gave this Speedlite over here an impressive amount of details when it comes to the build quality and the design. I also like the design over here, which have a very minimal branding that you can find over here, which you have Neewer branding just right in front of you. It's very minimal, and so it's not going to be intrusive. On the side part, where you can find where you put in the battery slot, and so it's very easy to put in or insert inside the battery over here. Just put it in and press it, and when you want to remove the battery, just press this side over here, and then the battery comes up very nicely and very neatly. I like really the design that came with this. Now, when you put the battery inside this, it weighs around approximately 580 grams, a little bit heavy compared to other compact Neewer light that you have. For example, I have this Speedlite over here from Canon, with the E100, which is very simple and small and compact. But when you compare to the Neewer over here, you realize that this Speedlite is just bigger and heavier than what you have for Canon over here. But I also think that this is much more expensive and also durable and premium quality, and much more tailored for professionals than this. This is more like an enthusiastic kind of thing that you have for the Speedlite that you have over here. So for me, when you look at the weight, 580 grams, it's great, especially when you compare it to other Speedlights in the market. Now, when you compare this Speedlite over here, the Neewer, to the Neewer Q3, you realize that when you look at the size, they look almost the same in terms of the size and the height, but the Q3 over here without the battery weighs approximately the same size and weight as you have for the Neewer Z2 Pro, which also has a battery inserted in it. So for me, I think that the design and build quality over here, the weight is just really in line with anything that you find out there. I like the rounded head over here, which gives an even spread in terms of the lights that is coming out. So when you give out the flash over here, you'll be able to get evenly spread light because that it's round head. And also on the front part over here, this is meant to be made for magnetic attachment, so you can buy series of accessories from Neewer that has magnetic attachment over here. I'll do a video that I'll talk about that attachment and I'll buy those series separately. Let's look at the setup over here. The setup over here is very simple. In this video I'm using the Canon R8, which is a full frame Canon camera that I'm using for this kind of setup. So what I'm going to do is that it's very simple to mount the Neewer over here. So the first thing is just to mount your Neewer Z2 Pro on top of your Canon R8 over here, and then just turn the back over here to lock it. So once you have it mounted on it, this is how the setup is going to be like. And it looks really interesting and really nice, especially considering how the setup becomes very minimal and really interesting. So what you do is that you turn on your camera, simple like that, and then just turn your speed light, which just use the dial pad, the small dot inside it, to just turn it on. And then it just beeps and then it turns on. Technically now it's connected to this button over here to switch between the manual and the TTL, but I like to use manual. So now the speed light is set on and I'm easily getting like flashes to go directly to this side that I'm shooting against. Also easily change it when you use the dial pad over here. You can easily change the amount of flashlight that you want to shoot with it, and that becomes very, very interesting and simple. Using the Canon R8 with this Neewer Z2 Pro, I think it's a little bit heavier than the Canon R8 because the Canon R8 is much more compact. I like the fact that when I use it with the Canon R8, use the Speedlite itself as a stabilizer. So even though the Canon R8 does not have an in-body image stabilization IBIS in it, you'll be able to use the Speedlite over here because it's a bit heavy. It gives you that kind of firmer grip that you want to use for directing your light against your subject. This Speedlite zooms from 28mm all the way to 105mm. And so with this lens that I'm using to record this video with the Canon R6 Mark II, so 24mm all the way to 105mm. That's a perfect lens for this kind of Speedlite over here. But overall, I think that this Speedlite is just really remarkable. I like the price, I like the features, the functionalities of it. Very simple, very easy to use. You can easily pair with any Canon camera that you have. One of the things I like about Neewer products is that since it's a Neewer Speedlite, you can easily pair it with the ABEiiiKU Pro-C. So this new Q Pro-C is Neewer's way of having an external flash, or maybe you're having a flash which is not mounted on your camera. So you can just separate the flash over here, put it somewhere, and be able to control it using this kind of ABEiiiKU Pro-C over here. This is the ABEiiiKU Pro-C that I use in conjunction with my Neewer Q3, which I've been using for quite a while now. I've been using it for almost a year, and I've been able to shoot a lot of things with this kind of combination. Practical sense, using this Neewer Q3 means that I have to always carry with me certain kind of softbox or smaller softbox and all that. So the usage and performance gives you 76 watts. So this is 76 watts, and that's quite powerful. This Neewer Q3 that we have over here is a 200 watt flash, and this is a 76 watts flash. So I think that this one is well like using for event photography, for weddings, using for outdoor. You can easily mitigate against a lot of shadows, especially when shooting direct sunlight. One of the things that I like about this is that it has an impressive recycling time. So it has very fast recycling time, which is a 1.5 seconds recycling time. So when you go to an event or anything like that, and you are shooting with this, mean that you are going to get incredible performance out of this. The output in terms of the flash power, for me, I think is just great for this. And when you look at the price against the competition and all that you have in the market, this Neewer Z2 Pro is one of the best that you can find over here. The price to value ratio is just unbeatable, it's unmatched. Compared to Godox, I think this is just really great. This is easily replacing my Canon AL100 Speedlite over here. Now when you compare the size of this and both flashes, you realize that this is just a cheat code and giving you an amazing performance out of the box. The 3000 mAh battery is giving you approximately 600 flashes, full power flash. So for me, I think the Neewer Z2 Pro
is just really phenomenal, and especially for the price to value ratio, this is just unmatched. This is my review and impression of the Neewer Z2 Pro. My name is ABEiiiKU. If you like this video, kindly subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to see you in the next video.